Welcome, Kelly, to Wealth Matters podcast. How are you today?
Outstanding. Thank you so much for having me, Alpesh. This is so fun.
Hey, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I appreciate it.
I'm happy to do it.
So, Kelly, you and I were chatting about, and as you remember, I mentioned I love the fitness industry. I always have focused myself on, of course, building wealth, but on the other side, I love, working out. I love doing Spartans, Tough Mudder, all those mud runs, etc. So we were able to instantly connect. So why do you think, and you mentioned health is wealth, and we keep hearing about that. Why do you think health is wealth?
Oh my goodness. It by far is our greatest wealth. You can't separate the body, the mind, and the spirit. And when one of them isn't well, it affects the other. And the physical body that we get, and we only get one of them, we obviously want to take as best care of it as possible because it does affect our thinking, our energy, our clarity, our sleep, our aging, our hormones, our how we feel about ourselves, how we look, how people make a judgment about us.
Right.
We just have 2 seconds and someone is already judging us. And if we're unhealthy, even if we're not overweight, they can see that, your skin coloring, your posture, the aura of energy around you. We want to make a really great impact right from the start when we meet someone, especially if someone's considering investing with us. I want to know that's the new success. I mean, that's part of it. I want you sharp. I want you fit. It shows that you're disciplined. It shows that you have, good boundaries in your life, and you take care of your health, and that will flow out into your family and the others around you.
Oh, that's a great point. I totally and you brought that up as well, that you don't have to be overweight to look unhealthy. All right. That's a great point, because most of the time we see someone overweight and then we start thinking, oh, this person. But a lot of time that's not the case. It's how your attitude is, how you're presenting yourself. As you said, your skin color, your overall health. Right.
That's exactly right. And you can have someone that maybe on the scale is not overweight, but they could still be over fat. They could still be unfit. They could still not have enough muscle on them. They could have poor digestive health, sleep health, habits, cellular health, organ health, gut health, all of that. We might not be able to see it on the outside, but it's going on the inside. And that will take its toll over time. We're all getting older, and it's a
Yes.
little bit of a sort of a slow fade that starts to happen. We just take for granted, like, well, we're a little older, so, we're going to be a little more tired,
Yeah.
or, we're going to get up in the middle of the night, or, we're going to be more achy. And none of
Yeah.
that has to be true. My goodness. I mean, I'm going to be 50 this year, and I feel like
No
I'm
way.
47. Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've seen your pictures on Facebook and all. You don't look more than 30.
Oh, thank you. I'm having fun taking care of myself. And it's a habit just like any other. I mean, all of us will choose that first meal of the day. So is it going to be something healthy? And I know we've had talks about vegetarian, and some people are vegan, vegetarian. Some people, choose to eat fish, meat, and dairy. However, everyone's going to have a first meal. So are you going through the drive-through? Are you getting that donut, that bagel with cream cheese, and that sugar-filled coffee? Or are you having something that's giving you life, something with healthy fats and good fiber and a good source of protein and vegetables and, just high antioxidant phytonutrient foods? So it's just sometimes a matter of swapping out some choices, because every day we're all going to eat. So why not switch out the things that are less excellent for the things that are going to give you energy and life?
Oh, I'm enjoying this. People would think I'm not talking, and I just took a back seat. I was enjoying the entire thing because I'm vegan, and I turned vegan about 6 years ago. I was always vegetarian, uh, not only because for my health as well as for environment health, the planet health. So I was enjoying this discussion. Uh, so Kelly, what do you do actually, and how can you help someone? In their journey. Like,
Oh my goodness, it's kind of a loaded question because I feel like I get to do so many exciting things. But truly, for 33 years, I've been in fitness, nutrition, wellness, lifestyle coaching. So I
Wow.
do still do that as part of what I do. I've been an entrepreneur for, many, many years, over 3 decades, and I'm a best-selling author. I speak. I have an amazing nutrition supplement line that helps people with weight loss and energy and healthy aging and athletic performance. But yeah, I mean, there's so many simple ways that I can help anyone. The nutrition solutions are one of the easiest ways to help people because it makes it simple. It's giving you nutritional superfoods, and it just shows up at your door, and you just get it in your body and it feels amazing, and there's no need to make it difficult. There's no need to be confused. It works with any lifestyle. It works with people who travel. So I would just say, if what you're doing isn't working, or if you think there's a higher level that you could be even better, more fit, more energized, more athletic, more lean, more strong, then I would love to talk to any of your listeners about that.
So I get it. You are multi-talented. but
Uh,
but how do we leverage this in building wealth as well, right? At the same time.
yeah,
So
that's
of
a
course
that's a great
I want to
idea.
stay healthy. I want to be active, but how do I then leverage this and take the next step?
That is a great question. There have been some amazing books written by people who study high achievers. And one of the most recent ones is by Brandon Bouchard. And he took 2 years and he interviewed some of the top achievers. Tim Ferriss has also done this. The guy who wrote the Blue Zones of Health, Dan Buettner. And so they look at people who are the most, what we would call, successful. So they have the wealth, they have the family, they have the health. And what are their habits? There's common things that they all do. Well, they all get up early. They start their day with meditation. They do some journaling. They have their, exercise, stretching, yoga, activity time. They have a to-do list to work from. They don't check technology right away. So these are some of the things where, if you're doing these habits in the morning, it jump starts your day. So if you bookend your day with successful things, the things that happen in the middle, there's a greater chance that you're going to be working on the urgent and important things, because you've started your day off right and with momentum, versus the opposite. You lay in bed, you hit the snooze button,
Right.
you eat, maybe you don't, you start looking at your phone, you start playing games, you're watching social media. I mean, just all the distracting things. So it's so important that we really take hold of our mind and our bodies and our spirits first thing in the morning. And when you do that, now you're in a great position. You know what your goals are. Your laser beam focused on the important and urgent things that you need to do. You start improving yourself, and you'll start to improve the circle of people that you spend time with. So your tribe will be upgraded. And we know that we're a product of the people we hang around with. So we want to be our best so that we can hang around with other people who are even greater. We always say we want to be the least in the room. I want to be around people who are so much smarter than me, who are so much more fit than me,
Yes.
who have so much more wealth than me. And so those are the habits that we have a choice every day to take to get us to the next level.
Yeah, that has been my goal, that when I'm networking with someone or when I'm in a room, I want to be with people who are way smarter and wealthier as well as healthier than me,
Yes.
right? So then I can motivate myself. And some of the things you mentioned, it looks like you have also read Miracle Morning, or maybe you're following that as well. I started reading Miracle Morning last year by Hal Elrod, and his Savers methodology, right? Where you start with silence, you have your affirmations, you work out, you read, journaling, and meditation. So that book has changed my perspective around why I should be waking up early and taking care of some of those things before.
Yes, and start with one thing. We don't want to overwhelm people that they need to.
Right.
They go from hitting the snooze button and flying out the door with a donut to meditating, journaling, breathing. But start with one thing. Just start waking up 15 minutes early,
Yeah.
and have quiet time and breathe, and then wake up
Right.
20 minutes early and add in, some stretching, and then add in, drinking water, and then,
Yeah.
so do it one at a time until you start to master these things. And then I promise you, it gets easier. You'll start to see the results because your body is so amazing. It's going to thank you. I mean, your hormones start getting right. You start sleeping better. You start dreaming more. People will start noticing. Your cravings will go away. Your stomach will shrink. I mean, the results are proven. I mean, that's
Yes.
why I do this. And I won't say I don't play the stock market, because I do, but I know that what I do with my body, mind, and spirit is guaranteed. The stock market is not. So if I do good things to my body, I'm going to be in good shape. I can recover from a bad stock market
Yeah.
because I have good stress management techniques, and I am able to make more money because I keep my brain sharp and my energy high, and I'm around a great circle of influence. So if the market is going to go down, or whatever industry you're in, real estate goes down, does it not make sense to be the best? I mean, it's
Right.
crazy to be, now I'm sick and I'm
Yeah.
broke and I've got medical bills and I've got to go to the doctor's office and I've got to buy medicine and I've got, I feel terrible. My joints
Yeah.
ache. I look old. I'm overweight. No, I mean,
No. No.
the stuff in life is going to happen. So why not be your best when it does? And then it's not a big deal.
Right. Yeah, and I don't think anyone can argue with that. But yeah, you mentioned a pretty great point as well that starts, building up, right? You don't have to start waking up an hour earlier. You can start and then slowly and then build up, and then you'll start seeing the results, right? And once you see the results, that will motivate you, and it becomes part of your lifestyle. Like for me, if the day I don't work out, I don't get. I feel like I can't sleep. I don't know why, but it has become part of my ritual. It's a habit that I have to work out every morning. If nothing else, I still would have to stretch or do something so that my body feels better, and I get really good night's sleep.
I agree. And that's natural. I mean, we are designed to move every day. It doesn't mean go to the gym for an hour and lift the heaviest possible weights. But if you look at the centenarians, the people who live to be 100 years old and healthy, so they're not on medicine and oxygen and life support, but they're healthy, still contributing to society and their families. They move their bodies every day. They're nomadic. They do walking. We weren't designed to sit in front of a
Sit,
fluorescent
yes.
screen all day.
Yeah, which is what I have been doing for so many years, and now I'm changing that habit. I got a sit and stand desk, so I try to stand. I try to move around as much as possible while I'm chatting on the phone, etc.
And take
But
breaks. Even
yeah,
if
oh
you
yes,
timer for 5 minutes and you just go up and down the stairs, you go outside, you go around your building, you get fresh air, you walk in nature, just something to break it up. And when you sit back down, you feel amazing. I mean, your brain is clear, your heart's pounding a little bit, your legs are throbbing, you just feel alive.
I agree. Oh, this is great. I'm enjoying it a lot. So
Good.
I'm gonna switch gear though now. We spoke about health a lot. How are you building wealth? Means what are you doing? You have a business, or I hear you may have multiple businesses.
I do. I have multiple businesses. So one of my businesses, part is I do trade time for money still,
Okay.
because I love to do it, not because I have to. And that's the
Yep.
cool thing that I do. So I don't recommend that, but that's just a talent I have and something that I enjoy, and that's just part of my mission. I do have residual income that comes from my nutrition companies. So
Oh,
whether I'm
okay.
working or not, people are buying their green drinks and their protein shakes and their vitamins. So I could be sleeping and earning money. So it's
That-
important that we have growing residual
That's
business.
great.
Yeah, through subscriptions and customers, and an online store where people can go and shop anytime. I also do invest, so I have an investment in the stock market, and I have had real estate at different times. And I also invest in people and in companies. In fact, I just met with my accountant the other day from the 2018 business, and she said, Kelly, you gave away 18% of your income last year. And I said, that's good. My goal is 90. And she said, wait, what? I said, my goal is to live on 10% and to give away
Right.
90. She said, well, you gave away 18% last year. And that's just a principle that I live by, because you can't outgive when your heart is led to give. I just have to be generous on every occasion. I want to give more, because the more I give,
The
the
more
more I
you'll
get back.
get. Yep,
In fact, the year
exactly.
that I gave the most was the biggest year of income that I had, and I never planned on giving that much, but my heart just felt led to give. So that is a principle of business, to be generous and make sure it's just something that's on your heart, whatever it is. If it's, orphans, widows, veterans, pets, I
Right.
mean, there's something on your heart that you can contribute to make a difference. So I'm a big believer in that.
So yeah, giving and being generous and showing gratitude. I think it's really important because that also gives you your, brings your positive attitude out as well. And as you said, the more you give, the more you are going to get back.
Yes, that's how it works. I've seen it happen even with my children when they were little, and it's just a principle of life. It's a law. So you can't outgive. It will come back to you in multiples.
So I hear you mention about investing in people and investing in business. How do you invest in a business? What do you do to evaluate a business? And do you become part of a business, or do you invest as an outsider, just a passive income? How do you do that?
Well, the latest one that I've done is a new company that's actually a company that was tested in the 1990s. It's called Far Superior. And imagine everything you love about Google, Facebook, Angie's List, TED Talks, Wikipedia, YouTube, without all the things that you don't. So, spam, ads, over amounts of information, having to give up your contacts, all of those things that some of those companies are in trouble for right now. So the privacy issues.
Right.
We are launching a very disruptive, what I'll call disruptive company that is just almost like an Uber or an Airbnb. It's going to be a whole new internet that people are really going to go to as their source, because they can rely on it and they can trust information, and know that they're getting something far superior. So it's almost going to be like the Rolls Royce of the internet. So that is the latest thing that I'm working on launching, and we're looking for partners for that. Be listed in the directory to contribute content. So if anyone out there is an expert and is interested, I can certainly send an NDA and have a conversation with them.
Oh, okay. So, expert in like what specific, like Facebook technology, YouTube, or
It could be anything. I mean, we will want doctors, attorneys, architects, accountants, chiropractors. I mean,
oh,
all
okay.
kinds of different, anyone who is an expert, who has a product or a service, who feels like what they do is superior. So it could be a pet groomer, it could be a landscaper. I mean, absolutely anything. We're looking to attract the ones who went out and became an expert and serviced their clients on a very high level. And we want to recognize those people as the best of the best in their area. So if you're in Denver and you want to find a good Mexican restaurant, or if you're in Miami and you want to get your hair cut, that you will find the best of the best.
Oh, wow. Well, this is interesting. So it's basically combining, let's say, Facebook and Angie's List slash Yelp. Some,
Yes, yes, searches and so on. Yes.
that's pretty interesting. And what is the website?
Well, it's not launched yet, but
Okay.
we're going to be launching 10 websites every month for the rest of the year. So I have about 100
Oh,
launched
wow.
by the end of the year, and then a lot of content as well. So people who, like yourself, can create, audio and video and blogs and so on.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I would definitely reach out. Yeah, and if anyone of my listeners, if they are interested, they can reach out to you or me. And if they reach out to me, I'll connect them with you for
Yes.
NDA. So, yeah, this is great. Anything else you would like to add, or we haven't spoken about?
Let's see. Wow, there's all kinds of exciting things going on. I have a TV show that's going to be coming out
Oh,
in the fall. I'm actually going to Jamaica next week to film our season finale. So look for Success Sisters, and it's a reality-based TV show where five entrepreneurial women, and we all have different businesses, and we all work together and help each other. But we also have five counselors in the areas of technology and media and spiritual leaders and so on, who are our counselors to help us to build our brands and our businesses and put out products and services. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, that'll be out in the fall, and the channel is called Uplift. So that'll be where the first season is, and then hopefully it gets picked up by a major network after that.
wow. So you are doing a lot.
Yes.
Uplift, Success Sisters, and the new Far Superior. Yeah, that's a lot of things to work on, and especially, and you still have the nutritional business as well as the lifestyle coaching, etc.
That's correct.
Yeah,
And
you
a
are busy.
junior and senior in high school that are getting ready to go off to college, and
Oh
they're
wow.
obviously very active and they keep me busy, but it's all good.
So you still are able to utilize all 24 hours of the day, huh?
I do honor my sleep. I try to get at least 7 and sometimes 8 hours of sleep, and it's worth it because my hours are very strategic and energized during the day. So I do like to get my sleep.
That's great. Uh, I I think this was great. Thank you so much, Kelly. I
Oh,
really
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thanks for having me.